Hey guys, this is Nova Explosion, and I want to really quickly talk about what's going to be happening for the channel, a specific event, and I'm going to be telling you guys about the Tales of series, which, if you've been watching my content, you know is one of my favorite series, along with Final Fantasy. But, this is going to be kind of a lineup of what the Tales of Marathon is going to be, and also I want to talk about the series a little bit, because the games are really good, and this is a very important series to me. So I kind of just want to talk about it for a bit and give you the lineup. So I'm gonna start with the lineup. Tales of 25th Anniversary was, I think it was December 20, not 20th, 18th, I think, or 19th. I have to double check that. But a few days ago was the 25th anniversary of Tales of. So I'm going to be doing a marathon where I chose 5 Tales of games that I'm going to play. One of them is a replay. The others are, I have not played them on my channel. I chose 5 games that I'm going to play for the series back to back without a break. Just when I finish one, I go straight to the other until the 5th game. So these games are going to be in order. We are going to be starting Tales of Xillia, which today is Tuesday, so tomorrow my time is going to be the start of Tales of Xillia. And once that finishes, it's going to be Tales of Vesperia, Tales of Berseria, then Tales of Eternia Redux. I'm going to replay that game. And then Tales of the Abyss is the final one I'm going to do. So those are the 5 Tales of games that are part of the 25th anniversary marathon. But I figured just make this into a video where I talk about the series, because there's a really, it's not a specific story, but there's a pretty good story of why I like this series so much, and I kind of just want to talk about it. So my first game was Symphonia, as I've said many times. I started the series with Symphonia. I was about 10 or 11 years old. I remember before playing Symphonia that I played Super Smash Flash, and I saw this character. That was Lloyd Irving. Lloyd Irving was in that game, and I thought he looked really cool with the twin blades and I didn't know what they were called at the time, but like the Flamberge and Vorpal sword. The 2 swords that Lloyd wields, which are part of the Material Blade. I loved his weapons and I loved his character, so I was like, yo, I have to know where this character is from. And I looked it up and I found out it was Tales of Symphonia. And later on, I found out it was part of a series. So after I picked up Tales of Symphonia, despite not knowing, like even not knowing it was a series, I picked up Symphonia because I liked Lloyd a lot. And it was a really good game. And slightly after that, I was interested in more games, but before that, I came across Project X Zone. I think it's Project Cross Zone. I'm not really sure, but I did come across that, and that is what led me to Yuri and Estelle, which eventually led me to Tales of Vesperia. I think Tales of Vesperia was my second game. Yeah, and then from then on, I was like, yo, the series is really good, and I started to locate all of them. I played basically every Tales of game. The only ones I really hated are Dawn of the New World, and I even like Zestiria. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I like Zestiria. But, they were all really good, or pretty good. There was no bad Tales of game besides Dawn of the New World. That game is terrible. But every other game was fantastic, and I enjoyed my time with it. And the reason I'm just kind of bringing about this video is the Tales of series is just so important to me. It wasn't my first JRPG ever, but I'm losing my train of thought. My first JRPG was Pokemon, and I eventually played Final Fantasy VII. But Tales of was the first series that I consistently got into. Like when I played one game, I consistently tried to find more of the same games. With Final Fantasy, I played FF7 and FF8, but then after that, it took me a while to go back to the other games. And Final Fantasy is my second series, but we'll save that for like a Final Fantasy anniversary or something like that. But Tales of was one of the first series that I actually stayed consistent with, and I actually I put my time into. Like I just put all my faith in the Tales of series. I knew they weren't going to let me down, and the only games they let me down with were Dawn of the New World and a little bit Zestiria, as I said before. But what I really like about these games is the cast of characters is usually so solid. The stories aren't like spectacular, but the characters are where it's at. I love the character interactions. The skits are a great feature. The art style is usually really good. The combat is another thing that is solid and on point for Tales of. It's amazing. It's addicting. Specifically, standouts are Zilia and Grace's F. They have amazing combat. Even Vesperia once you get all the skills. But yeah, Grace's F is my favorite Tales of game, which I've mentioned many times. But the combat system in Tales of is always so unique. They add some unique element to make it different from the last, and it doesn't feel like you're playing the same game. Like, Berseria had Break Souls, Zestiria had Armatization, Symphonia had... I think Symphonia just had X Gems or X Skills. Vesperia had Overlimit, and Abyss kind of had Overlimit, but it had the FOF, the Phonic Arts, which was the main gimmick. Zilia had Linking, Grace's had Excel and Elith Burst. They just all have something unique, and I love that. They don't feel like copy-paste of each other. Like, sure, like Zestiria and Berseria are based off of Grace's, but they have enough differences where it doesn't feel like you're playing the same game. They are fantastic. The combat system is on point. And really quickly, I don't want to hate on Tales of, but something I think they can improve on when Tales of Arise comes out, because Tales of Arise is actually right around the corner. I heard there was supposed to be news on it next year for the 25th anniversary, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with. But something I think Tales of Arise can improve upon is probably the world design. Tales of had really nice dungeon puzzles, like dungeons with puzzles in Symphonia and Vesperia. And even Eternia had really good puzzles, but I think they could really improve the dungeons in the overworld. Just make it like more lively, or make the dungeons more interactive. Because as much as I like some of the newer games like Zilia and Berseria, the dungeons are just so linear and boring. I just wish they were a little more interactive. But either way, that doesn't affect my enjoyment of the game. This is just something that can improve it, you know? It's just something, a tweak that they can make to improve the gameplay. And Tales of Arise looks very promising. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with that. But, something else I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about the rankings of my Tales of games, because I've been asked this a lot. As you all know, my favorite game is Tales of Grace's F in the series. My second favorite is Berseria. My third favorite is Symphonia. Everyone who's watched my content, or most people at least, I can't say everyone, most people know that. So I think the rankings from there go, 4th place is Vesperia, then 5th place would be Zilia, and I think 6th place would be Eternia for sure. And then after that, 7th place would be Abyss, 8th place Zilia 2, and then 9th place I think Destiny, 10th place Zestiria, 11th place Fantasia. And then that ends up going to Dawn of the New World. I think I played only 12 games. But the series is really important to me. It's got a special place in my heart. I started playing it when I was like 10, or I played Symphonia when I was 11 years old, and then I kept playing it. I don't want to make this video too long. We're at like the 8-minute mark, which is, I thought it was going to be longer, but I just wanted to kind of give a minute, like a video, to commemorate my favorite series of all time. So that's what this was about, and I just wanted to give you guys a lineup of the marathon that's going to be happening. I don't exactly know how long, but Tales of games can be very dependent with length, because I might do all the side quests in the post game. But once we do the 5 games, that'll be the end of it. It should be for a good 3 to 4 months, I would say. So you guys should be getting lots of Tales of content. So I am very, very excited to be playing Tales of games on the channel, and I'm very excited to be playing them back to back. This was originally going to be a Star Ocean marathon, but Tales of Anniversary hit, and I was like, you know what? Why don't we play Tales of, because it's the anniversary. Makes more sense that way. Not that I don't love Star Ocean, and I will go back to the classics, but Tales of deserves it with this anniversary. It's such an underrated series. I know it has its fan base, but it doesn't get as much love as Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. Tales of needs a lot more love and support, and I really hope some glimmer of hope gets Tales of in Smash. Either Lloyd Irving, Velvet Crow, Yuri Lowell, any character from Tales of in Smash, I am down for. I really am. But that's going to be it, honestly, for this video, I think. Tales of, really good series. I would recommend anyone who's watching this video to try it out. If you see the game, I would recommend it. It's such a good game, such a good series. All the games are good except Dawn of the New World. Don't play that one. But also, if you want, wait for Tales of Arise. That's coming out hopefully next year. I hope they don't delay it again. But I think the pandemic was due to that. But Tales of Arise, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they have in store for us. I cannot wait. I am just starving for more Tales of. I didn't write a script for this video. I'm kind of improvising here. But I am just dying for more Tales of, and I cannot wait to see what Arise has in store for us, and just the series in general. And I also can't wait. I hope they localize some of the older games too. So much that Bandai Namco can do. They did a fantastic job making a great series, and honestly, the reason I've been so invested in video games is Final Fantasy, yes, but Tales of was really what invested me in video games, and I owe a lot to it. So I just want to see it keep expanding and growing and more games, and I want to see all the changes that could be made to Tales of to make it an even better experience than I already have. But yeah, Tales of is a gem. Try it out, play the games, or wait for Arise. That's going to be it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed this little anniversary video, even if it was me rambling, but the series is great, and I had to let it out there. But I hope you all look forward to the marathon, or if you don't want to watch the marathon, I am going to be streaming other games. I'm not going to be only streaming Tales of. I will be streaming still 3 Houses, and then I'll still be doing a second game. So it won't be exclusively Tales, but Tales of will be a lot more frequent. But I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you guys are looking forward to the marathon as much as I am. Until then, farewell.